Ascended Master Instruction by the Ascended Master Saint Germain. Discourse 17. Saint Germain. To be conscious of seeking happiness is to be conscious of seeking God. No permanent happiness is ever attained except through the adoration of God, the mighty I Am Presence, which is within, above, and around the individual. Happiness is a powerful alchemy. It is one of the most powerful purifiers of the human thought, feeling, mind, body, aura, and world of the individual. If the student but believed and would experiment with himself or herself, he would find that he can generate happiness at will. For instance, suppose an outer thing draws the attention and causes some phase of unhappiness. Knowing that God, the mighty I Am Presence, is the only source of happiness, then the student's first move would be to turn the attention to the giver of all happiness. And thereby he would tune into the one source from which he is certain to receive. The idea for the individual to follow is that when he feels some kind of disturbance and wants to turn to God, he may do the following and get great help from it. Get up and go through the motions of taking off a garment that one does not want, and as you would hold the discarded garment in your hands, drop it into the consuming flame, and know that the disturbing element is consumed. Then fix the attention on God, the mighty I Am Presence, with a joyous consciousness of feeling and receiving the current of happiness and peace filling the mind and body. With a little practice in this manner, the student will soon be able to come to the point where he or she can draw this great happiness consciously and at will. Every time he does this consciously, he will find that he is gaining strength in the accomplishment, and will realize truly that he has the ability to reach into the heart of happiness and there absorb its fullness. This practice is always followed by an expansion of consciousness which is its natural result. The students or individuals who are inclined to allow personalities or conditions that seem unusually close to them to disturb them should watch themselves closely, and instantly, when they find the attention is being fixed on the outer consciousness, withdraw it and fill the person, place, or condition with God, the mighty I Am Presence, and declare to themselves, I, through my I Am Presence, consciously fill this person, place, or condition with God. Therefore, in my outer consciousness, I positively know that only the right and perfect action is taking place there, toward me and for their success and happiness. With many individuals, the love of family holds their attention entirely too much upon the outer appearances. And when they allow this to be done, they but intensify the things that they do not want. If parents will take this attitude toward their children, There is no personality acting in that one. There is only God in action. Then they are doing the greatest thing in their power to help their children. At first it may require considerable determination on their part to switch the current, but it is really no more difficult than turning the switch of the electric light in your room or pressing the button. The reason individuals find it difficult to do this is because they do not nip disturbing conditions in the bud. They allow a fierce momentum to get going and then suddenly become aware they are in distress, never stopping to consider that they have allowed this thing to build, when by standing guard at the door of conscious creative thought and feeling, they can check it and stop its action in the beginning with little effort. Again, let me refer to the power of free will and choice. The individual alone is the governor and chooser of that which he will entertain, and he or she is at all times and forever master of this condition now, because this particular activity requires no special state of growth, but can be done successfully by anyone who will sincerely try. Almost always the admonition to the child starting to school is, if at first you don't succeed, try again. In looking to the light or toward God, the mighty I Am Presence, with sincerity, we cannot fail, because we not only have our own God power surging forth to our assistance, but there are other mighty powers watching all opportunity to help, from whom we do receive unbelievable assistance. Remember forever, the moment you fight a thing, it fights you back. Always be on guard when the destructive element is discussed or read about. Live every moment of the day in the consciousness of the all-powerful presence of God in you. Say to yourself, I have the mighty presence of God in me, and I do not give recognition or power to anything else. Never fail to use, there are no personalities. There is only God in action at every point. I am the only presence acting. Say to your God within, my great love self, I do receive instantly all of everything I require. Invocation. Thou mighty, majestic I Am Presence, God in action, out of the fullness of thy life is the river of peace ever flowing to enfold mankind. Make these thy children ever abundantly receptive to thy presence. Hold their attention fixed upon thee, for thou art the only eternal happiness. The I Am Discourses by the Ascended Master Saint Germain. Discourse number 8. That which everyone seeks is happiness, sometimes called bliss, and yet many who have sought so earnestly have unknowingly continued to pass by the key to this happiness. The simple key to perfect happiness and its inherent sustaining power is self-control and self-correction. This is so easy to accomplish when one has learned he is the I Am Presence and intelligence, controlling and commanding all things. Surrounding each individual is a thought world created by him or her. Within this thought world is the seed, the divine presence, the I Am, which is the only acting presence there is in the universe and which directs all energy. This energy can be intensified beyond any limit through the conscious activity of the individual. The sure pathway to the understanding and use of this conscious power comes through self-control. What do I mean by self-control? First, the recognition of the I Am intelligence as the only acting presence. Second, that knowing this, we know there is no limit to the power of its use. Third, that individuals, having been given free will and choice, do create in the world about them whatsoever their thought through their attention is held firmly upon. The time has arrived when all must understand that thought and feeling are the only and mightiest creative power in life or in the universe. Thus, the only way to the definite use of the full power of one's thought and feeling, which is God in action, is through self-control, self-correction, by which one may quickly reach the attainment, the understanding, whereby he may direct and use this creative thought power without any limit whatsoever. When sufficient self-control is attained, it enables individuals to hold the thought steady upon a given desire, likened unto the flame of an acetylene torch, held immovable. Thus thought and feeling held upon a given desire unwaveringly, with the consciousness that it is the I Am presence and intelligence thinking, that it is God in action, then will they understand that they may bring into visibility, precipitate into visibility, whatsoever they desire. It has been proved in 1,000 ways that the effect of a thing cannot bring happiness. Only by the understanding of the cause operating may the individual become master of his world. Each individual, knowing that he is the creator of his own world and what he wishes to have manifest in it, will understand that he has at no time any right to create anything discordant in another's world. Thus is each individual left free to meet the effect of his own creative cause. Beloved students, could you but understand and see the magnificent splendor of achievement before you, through asserting self-control over the outer activity, you would bend every effort, every moment, to attaining control and mastery over all outer expression. Thus will you be enabled to maintain the needed harmony, through which the inner mighty power of the I Am presence is liberated into your conscious and visible use. All students should dwell earnestly upon the great truth that where your consciousness is, there you are, for I am everywhere. To take your firm stand, I am the power of my complete self-control forever sustained, will make it easier for you to gain this mastery. Students must be conscious that when they recognize the I Am presence acting, it is impossible for it to be interrupted or interfered with in any way. Know that there is no time nor space. Then the knowing of the vastness of eternity is within your grasp. To enter a higher sphere than your physical world in full consciousness is but an adjusting or changing of your consciousness. How do we do this? Answer: by knowing we are consciously there. Those who have reached the great disillusionment that wealth or the outer effect of things cannot bring happiness will understand with great blessing that within their own creative thought, power, and feeling are held perfect happiness, perfect freedom, and perfect dominion. When the student once understands that whatsoever he connects himself with through his attention, he becomes a part of to the degree of the intensity with which his attention is fixed, he will see the importance of keeping his attention off the seeming destructive angles of human experience, no matter what they are. To discuss the seeming inabilities, shortcomings, or faults of your friends and associates, but builds that element upon which your discussion rests within your own consciousness, and also adds to the appearance which seems to be in the other individual. Our business is to hold the attention free to rest within our own self-control, compelling it by the conscious action to rest on whatsoever we choose. Few understand that when their attention is called to some destructive thing, how much and how often they allow the attention to go back to it. Or if another has displeased them in some way, how much and how often the attention returns to that incident. When they have the full power to control their attention and make it obey their command. Few, even among earnest students, yet understand what a mighty power their faculty of attention becomes under their controlled use. I wish so much to impress upon the students how foolish it is to be affected, displeased, or disturbed by the imaginary activities of the ignorance of the outer self. When they once know I am the only all-powerful acting presence in my mind, my body, and my world, they cannot possibly be affected or disturbed by any of their associations in the outer world. They must know, then, that they are entirely immune from hurt or disturbance of the outer mind of other individuals, no matter what they try to do. With this understanding, or by giving willing attention to this great truth, they will soon find a peace, happiness, and self-control operating about them to such an extent that no outer condition, disgruntled comment, or disturbance of their associates could in any wise disturb them, their world, or their affairs. As soon as the individual becomes aware that he really has control of his own creative thought, power, and feeling, then he knows positively that he can precipitate into his visible use, or bring into his use from the outer, where it is already created, anything whatsoever upon which he holds his creative thought and feeling firmly. The moment that he is truly aware of this, he will know he is forever free from the need of the wealth of the outer world, or anything that the outer world can give. Thus has he entered into the mastery and dominion of his own world, the only world that is ever existent to him, and which is his God-given birthright. I assure you there is no such thing as a supernatural world. As we step from this sphere of activity into another higher, that one becomes just as real as this is. It is simply a different state of consciousness we have entered into. The simple key to perfect happiness and its inherent sustaining power is self-control and self-correction